Hello everyone, Flash Notion here, and if you're watching this live, then you know I am pulling some catch-up right now. That sounded weird, sounded better in my head. I'm a little bit tired and a little bit just out of it. And I'm trying to, I gotta try and get through a whole bunch of stuff today in very little time. It's not funny. Alright, so first up on the docket is Star vs. the Force of Evil, starting Season 3. And, I've heard some stuff. I've heard that it gets worse. I've heard that the animation is different. I've heard, that the ending of the series is unsatisfactory, and that this will be where it starts really leading up to that. I don't know. I try not to let audience opinions like that color my perception of something. I mean, hey, I'm the guy who actually went and watched Fan 4 Stick there to see if it was actually as bad as people said. And you know what? It kind of was. It had some bright spots to it, but it was bad. It was bad. As far as this goes, I mean, I don't know how they could screw it up badly enough that I grow to not like the show. This series has been pretty good so far. It's had its moments where I've been like, on it. And it hasn't broken into my top 5, but yeah, it's pretty darn good. So I do look forward to seeing where it goes. And where we left off was pretty interesting with Star leaving and Toffee coming back by possessing Ludo, and I really wish I had soundproof walls. So yeah, we got a lot to deal with moving into Season 3, and that's not even going into all the details of the relationship stuff. Now, I gave my predictions last time, but this time we have titles. So we have Return to Muni, which that's probably going to be mostly about Star trying to settle back into life in her home dimension that she's been away from for a whole year. Moon the Undaunted. I feel like that one might be a flashback episode. That would be pretty cool. Book Be Gone. Not really sure. Normally when something is titled X Be Gone, it's usually like a deterrent type thing, like a spray, like Bug Be Gone or something like that. So I'm not really sure what Book Be Gone could be referring to in this case. Maybe they do get the book back, but Star doesn't want to deal with Glossaryck anymore. That could be a thing. And then Marco and the King, which, I mean, yeah, obviously it's about Marco and River, but like in what capacity? I'm not sure. I mean, River's known for quite a while about how Star and Marco are not necessarily 100% platonic as they should be, but and he doesn't disapprove, but like, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out there. The interesting part is that all of these are labeled as parts, and scrolling down a little bit, so are the next 3 after it, because episode 4 is a half-hour long one. So I guess, technically speaking, all of these are going to just be like the first half of what was originally the season premiere. And that raises an interesting question of how interconnected they're all going to be, and like, are they going to be leading up to something proper, or is it going to just be a bunch of disconnected episodes that they all aired at once because they wanted to get through that plot line to deal with other stuff? Who knows? Not me. There is a new intro, though. Like, even if I hadn't already caught a glimpse of it, I can see it just in the thumbnails of the episodes because they're different from previous thumbnails. So, like, yay, new intro. I hope it's the same song because I do enjoy singing that song. I hope it's just new visuals. But, yeah. This should be pretty fun. So, that's enough stalling. Let's get into it. Starting these episodes in 3, 2, 1. Okay, finally. Cars. Okay, so this was a hell of an episode. Or a hell of a set, rather. Honestly, the last one was probably the worst of it, but, I mean, yeah, it's a river episode. Those are always kind of a little bit iffy, depending on how they go. So, yeah. Okay, so the first one was mainly just, Star and Moon on the run, trying to get to a place and failing and, like, clashing personalities. It wasn't really, like, long-term, not much actually happened in that episode. In terms of the two of them actually accomplishing anything, it was more like everything they tried to do, they failed, which, that's a good way to start. I mean, it's not really starting a story, but, like, getting us back into the story. It's just like, they can't do anything. Nothing is going right at this point. And then, as I predicted, flashback episode. But actually, can we just talk for a second about, like, the way that was revealed? Just they killed my mother. Like, this show just got seriously dark with that, in a way that it really hasn't before. Like, obviously we've had death before in this series, like we had it in the very first season finale with the little fucking horse ghost, but, like, it's a lot more clearly spelled out here that, like, they killed her. It was straight up murder, basically. Or, I guess, assassination in this case, but, like, the frank way that they were discussing it is unusual for a show like this. And for this show in particular, it was a shock to hear. So, like, I'm really glad about that. And then, the flashback episode dealing with not that, but the aftermath of it, and the story of Toffee and all that. It was quite interesting. Eclipsa. Right away, like, Eclipsa maybe a little nuts, but, like, she definitely didn't actually seem evil, and, like, she seemed very much like she was really surprised about the forbidden nature of the chapter, and, like, she did seem like she was trying to warn Moon about, like, using this dark power. Also, this explains why we've never, at least I don't think we have, seen Moon without gloves. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure. Let's look in. Face the Music would be the only time we would have seen it, when she was suiting up there. So I'm going to go back and real quick look at that scene of Moon trying to suit up. And no, even there, she's still wearing these white gloves that go all the way up her arms. That's insane. Wow. So, yeah, she's trying to hide the mark of the dark magic that she used. And, yeah, when I first saw Eclipse's hand, I was like, why the fuck does she have that? No, it's because of the dark magic that she was using so much of. What's interesting is that there are spells in Eclipse's chapter that are not pure dark magic because of the all-seeing eye spell does not leave Star with that kind of mark. So, yeah, it's interesting the way that just all that went down. It's a little bit weird. The show, I guess it's not that weird that the show treats Eclipse being alive as a big reveal, but like, she was fairly prominent in the Romulus, right? That's his name, Romulus episode. Yeah, I could very easily see her there, and I feel like most people who watched the show could see her there. So, like, the idea that she's still alive wouldn't have really been that far off because we've seen people be freed from Romulus's crystals before and just walk it off. I do have to wonder, like, would Eclipse be proud of Moon for, like, circumventing that little treaty there, or would she be upset about it? Because, yeah, the agreement was, like, once she uses this to kill Toffee, Eclipse will be freed. But she didn't kill Toffee. She just drove him off. And really, he didn't even seem all that perturbed. He seemed ready to keep fighting. But the other monsters were too afraid. So he had to change tactics. Which it seems like it's taken him a lifetime to do, pretty much. I guess not a lifetime. A generation? Like, how long's it been? How old is Moon? She can't be that old. Like, she was about Star's age when this all went down. And then she, what's the word here? Yeah, she, would have had to grow up, marry River, and then they would have had Star. Unless it was having Star that caused them to get together. But, like, yeah. I don't know, it's probably been like maybe 20, 30 years. A long time for Toffee to come up with a new plan. And quite a detailed plan it seems to be. Because, like, he seems to have accounted for almost everything that's been going on. Yeah. And the biggest mystery at this point is the fact that the skull on Toffee's shoulder there, when he's in his general outfit, has Eclipse's cheek symbols on it, on the skull's cheeks. Well, I guess cheekbones. But, yeah, why would he have that? We know Eclipse is not dead. Is it just like a boasting thing? He's trying to claim that he killed Eclipse or something? Like, that just feels very weird and like a very important detail that they wouldn't have put in there for nothing. I mean, I guess there's only so many playing card symbols, but, like, we've seen that there are other symbols out there. So, now to think about, what symbol did Moon's mom have? I didn't pay close enough attention to it. Earlier than that. Come on, keep going back. Okay, so it was some point in here. Okay, she has, like, actual butterflies. Okay, because I at first was like, wait, were those clubs like Miss Heinous? But no, they're butterflies. Aw, that's such a cute picture. But yeah, it just seems like an important detail that Toffee was wearing Eclipse's, what seemed like it was supposed to be Eclipse's skull, basically, even though she's not dead. Like, that really does just seem like an important detail. And then the third one, as I said, probably the funniest of these episodes, just because its basic premise is Ludo fights a book. Yeah, so Toffee's technically the owner, or maybe because the wand's fused with him and it's not a proper wand anymore. Maybe the book really did belong to Star at that point. But I do not for a second believe that the book and Glossaryck are permanently gone. Glossaryck is supposed to be one of the most powerful magical beings out there, so yeah, no, I don't believe it. And apparently that was a fake book that they found at the end of the last season. I thought it was just the book, but like drained. So, wah wah. And yeah, we end on River being a fuck up and Marco coming along and convincing him to try and stop being as much of a fuck up, and then Ludo attacked. That's a solid, lead into the next part here, but like, yeah, that was definitely the worst episode at the end there. So yeah, hell of a set. The first two were like heavy stuff. The second two were more comedic, in air quotes. The first one, the third part was funny. The fourth part was kind of bleh to me. Just because I'm kind of sick of seeing River be a fuck up. I really am. Like, I want him to be better. Like, I understand, like, right now, without any guidance, he's basically, like, going all in on this sort of stuff. But it's like, Marco coming in there, I feel like, definitely should have, I feel like Marco definitely should have been more like, man, get a hold of yourself here. And, like, shaking him out of it. Made him realize more of, how much of a fuck-up he was. But, like, nope. Took almost the entire episode for him to even have a glimmer of realizing, oh, I'm terrible at this sort of thing, and I need to get better. Only he doesn't. He just waves the monster away. Yeah, that was a weird one. But hey, it's fine. Actually, you know what? Like, the biggest surprise of all of this whole set, the biggest surprise was the involvement of Mina. All right, like, I want to know what happened to Mina Lovegood that she basically went insane. Like, she was already a little bit cuckoo in that flashback, but like, you could put that up to grief. What happened in between then and now that she would just go completely and utterly bonkers, nutso, insane? Because whatever it is, it's certainly to be an interesting story. One last thing before we actually get out of here. I want to go through the intro and see it. Okay, so first of all, we have the new wand, finally. With it flashing pink. So that's a good sign. We also have Star and Marco in Marco's bedroom. Detail that might be important. But then they jump out the window and they're in the castle. Interrupt the dinner. That portrait is very unflattering for Moon. I really don't know why she wears that dress. It is so unflattering. Oh, but Glossaryck is there too. I just noticed that. Like, he's sitting next to the queen. We have Marco's scissors opening the portal. Okay, they go through to to like Ponyhead's kingdom, and yeah, okay. There's a pony head in the background that has its head like stitched onto an actual horse's body, and I'm guessing that's supposed to be a joke about Star's one uncle there who had his head stitched onto a horse's body. Like, it might be a reference to that. Then we have Tom, who at first looks creepy, but then everything goes fine. They burst out of his carriage. They run past Mina and Kelly. Which, yeah, Mina looking a little bit worse for wear there. Then we have the Goblin's Dogs guy. Sure, Miss Heinous and what's his name? Romulus's Crystal Place with Eclipsa right there. And Marco kind of looking back like, what? And then, yep, Ludo, his minions with Glossric still. That's just weird. And then we have Jana, Marco in a cape, Ponyhead, Kelly, and Tom. So Kelly's going to be really important moving forward. Like, that's just... I appreciate that, because I like Kelly. She seems fun. Yeah. It's a cool intro. Doesn't quite keep up the pace that, like, the original intro set. Like, the original intro was just insanity after insanity. Every little beat of the song had something new and something crazy going on. This one's a little bit slower in the visuals part. But it still works, and it's still very nice, and it promises a lot of interesting stuff moving forward. So yeah. Also, I can't believe I forgot to I forgot to talk about the fact that, yeah, it seemed like Rastakor was part of Toffee's army back then. Like, that doesn't seem necessarily the most important, but like it seems like it might be important later on. So, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not Rastakor. But it also seems like it could be. Because, yeah, he does have similar regeneration powers to Toffee, at the very least. Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, that was a heck of an opener to the season. Even though it's not technically over yet, the storyline is still progressing. We have... Next time it should be finished, I believe, right? There's no part 8. Nope. No part 8. Just some very interesting titles that I'm not going to look at again. Yeah. So, hope y'all enjoyed that, even though it was late. And I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.